Welcome to What's on My Bookshelf with Jill. That's me, I'm Jill, your host and proprietor of the things on my bookshelf. This will be a weekly, well, really the time frame is TBD, video series where I will bring you what's on my bookshelf. It could be books, it could not be books. Stay tuned to find out. Next off my bookshelf, we have a UConn Magazine. That is the University of Connecticut. I graduated from UConn in a long time ago. And it was not my first and only school. Not my first. I guess it wasn't my first choice either. I actually didn't apply as a senior in high school. I ended up at Monmouth University in New Jersey. Sorry, we're taking a detour. We'll get back to this, but just an FYI. I went to Monmouth University in New Jersey my freshman year. I went to the new school in Manhattan first semester of my sophomore year. I went to Housatonic Community College second semester of my sophomore year, and then took summer classes and winter classes, and I was at UConn for my junior and senior years. I graduated on time, and I only lost 3 credits. Anyway, side note. So my UConn magazine is on the shelf because I am trying to be a good alumna. Trying to be a good person who graduated from that school. And I don't think I read this, except that I did bunny ear or earmarked or whatever we call this, like flip down the page to go back to it at a later point in time, and I have not. So this issue is from the spring of 2020, and it's 35 years, a legacy of champions on and off the court. So highlighting the women's basketball program, and my dad always says UConn, where the men are men and women are champions. So for a stretch of time, he was definitely right in that. I don't keep up with it. Again, I'm apparently not being a good alumnus. I'm going to use every form of the word alumna in this video. My dad is the most precious man though, and always tells me when UConn is playing. I did go to a game down here where the UConn women were playing UT, that is the University of Texas, and that was kind of fun. I'm pretty sure UConn won. Anyway. So this issue highlights that, but we're gonna just turn a page and see where we land. Okay, greener greens. This is hilarious because it's not even about UConn. Most people visit, that was loud, I'm yelling. Most people visit Pittsburgh's Phipps Conservatory to immerse themselves in nature. They wandered in the butterfly forest and I'm gonna start over, and I just went for the first paragraph, which is fine, it doesn't matter, but I'm feeling anxious about it. I don't know why. I think there's some pressure on these episodes because the first 2 have been like kind of funny, and this is the nature of what I'm doing here, is truly just what is on my bookshelf, whether or not I've read it, and reading a random selection. So, most people visit Pittsburgh's Phipps Conservatory to immerse themselves in nature. They wander in the butterfly forest and amble through the lush fern room. My mom used to have ferns, maybe just one, but it was massive. But some come solely to contemplate the man-made world. Oh, this is getting heavier than I imagined. Amid the thousands of plants is an even rarer sight than the conservatory's oversized slipper orchids. 3 of the world's greenest buildings, all in one location. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I'm kind of interested. The Conservatory's Center for Sustainable Landscapes is the only structure in the world to have been awarded all the top certifications for green architecture. The Nature Lab, a modular classroom, was constructed from non-toxic materials and is mostly illuminated by daylight to reduce electricity use. And in a windowless cinder block building on a badly polluted site was revamped into a model of sustainability with geothermal wells that pull energy from the earth and a man-made lagoon to catch rainwater. So how about that? It's really pretty. So if anybody's in Pittsburgh or nearby, why don't you head over that way? Also, this reminds me of, remember the Mr. Wilson character from Home Improvement? Yeah. I also knew a guy named Mr. Well, I know a man named Mr. Wilson, but he looks like Wolf Blitzer, but I digress. Anyway, yeah, I think I will go back and read this because I'm curious to know about the women at UConn and what they've been up to, and all of that. So I certainly kept it, I think, just in interest of what was happening there. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, college was a good time, I think. I mean, I remember. Yeah, I mean, I remember. I remember it. Remember it well. It was fine. Anyway, that's what's on my bookshelf. So see it. Yeah, it'll go to the closing. I was gonna do the closing, but it'll just go to it because I'm trying to like be professional. Gotta say the whole word if you're gonna actually be professional. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this episode of What's on My Bookshelf with Jill. Read you next time. Get it? Read you, like see you next time, but read, because we're talking about books. Okay, bye.